Okay. Honestly, if this thing makes me do one more button, I'm just going to go batshit crazy. Forgot to turn the other light on. Oh my goodness. How is everybody doing tonight? Nettie, darling, my birthday has been entirely uneventful. Like, way, way uneventful. More than I expected. I have surprisingly not gotten any mail in the last 2 days, so I've had no birthday cards. I've had no phone calls. My son at least remembered to say happy birthday yesterday. And a couple of my scouts told me at the Court of Honor last night, happy birthday. But it was really weird how not a birthday it felt. Partly because Mike was really sick, so he was not able to, go out and do anything. So yeah, it was interesting. And it was also interesting. Now, I have plans for when I'm on Trisha's on Saturday night, but I thought, I haven't done any of this wild makeup in a long while, and I'm out of practice. And look at these eyes. I mean, what drunk drag queen did these eyes? I'm telling you. And this is all screwed up. Where's a drag queen when I need one? Where are all my gay man friends? Honestly. Why? I started, and first off, I went, okay, well, I was going to do this really cool butterfly thing. And then I went, oh, no, can't do that because every bit of makeup you have is now powdered stuff. Well, that's a problem. Can't do some of that stuff without it being a cream base because you can't blend it. And I realized I don't have a single blending sponge anywhere because I haven't been on stage in so long. I haven't needed one. This stuff don't blend that well with a brush. So then I'm trying to get it to blend and the powders aren't quite blending right. And I thought I wanted to have the nice little wings out, and you need liquid liner for that. My liquid liner was deader than Edgar Allan Poe. I opened that thing up and it just didn't want to open, and I had to crack that lid to get it open, and it all turned out because it was so old it had all dried out. Boy, was that old. So yeah, but I wanted to practice. Oh, am I in the right? Yes, I am. Okay. I'm still trying to get my laptop set up. It would help if I put the damn glasses back on. Then I can actually read the laptop. There we go. Yeah, I am probably 14 inches away from the laptop, and if the glasses aren't on, I can't read it. And if the laptop is up top there, I can't read it with the glasses on. I think I need new glasses. Oh my. Oh wait, I need to back up one. I need to fix something because I realized I never did do a where is it? I never actually did a description. It has been that kind of week. Oh, and then I figured, hey, at least if I'm doing this, I'll put the red lipstick on. It'll be fine. I can't find it. The damn house ate my red lipstick, and I paid up. I got this one and a red one, and they're Elizabeth Arden. They're not inexpensive, but they last really well. And I had a really good red, and either Wawa ate it or the house ate it because I'm not finding the dang thing. So. Because that's one thing that is always a challenge with ladies' pants pockets is, the dang things. They're so shallow that, you're always losing stuff out of the pockets. So And my glasses are old. I need to get new ones, but let's get the cats dealt with first. Did it get in there? No, come on, show more. Everything's been a little out of kilter today. Look, I have no tags. How do I have no tags? Put the rest of them in later, but let's at least get some of this going here. Like I said, it's just been... the week started out so good, and then it just was like, is it a full moon? Because everything was acting all weird, and cat issues, car issues. And then we thought that the washing machine was leaking. I'm like, I don't need another damn leak in this house. Stop. If it ain't the roof or, you know, the shower, I had enough water. I don't want any more. And then we were supposed to get this storm hit us, and apparently it just kind of like looped up and over, and didn't really hit here too badly, not as badly as it could have, and nailed New Jersey instead, and parts Philly. So yeah, I got the full-blown makeup. I even tried to do, but I don't have dark colors either. And I'm out of practice. I need to find a good drag queen to teach me how to do these eyes again. So, and I'm going to have to get some proper blending sponges before Trisha's sale on Saturday. Melanie, I saw that on TikTok. I saw 2 places showing snow. And I went, where in the Sam Hill? Well, you were one of them. Because they showed a map, and I'm looking at it going, wait, that's over there. Oh, that's Melody. So you got snow. And then the other one was in the mountains in Korea. They were getting snow. Sorry, guys. Time for that wild goose to make its appearance. Make that noise. So... chat was jumping when I started, so I know I've missed a lot of people that came in the chat. So, but yeah, it was kind of weird. It was like, it's like that Alice in Wonderland thing, a very merry unbirthday. That's sure as hell what it felt like yesterday. And I didn't even have a cake because our oven's broken. I still haven't gotten that fixed because I don't know who to call. Because it's just a hose, but I'd rather have somebody with experience mess around with a gas hose. So birthdays don't need to be important, but they can be fun. And I'm to the point now where, you know, I turned 56. I'm gonna have fun with every one of them. Or so I told somebody in a chat earlier today, it is the 16th anniversary of my 40th birthday, because I had friends, Dan and Ron, who couldn't believe that I'd never had a birthday party growing up. Just were like, you're kidding, right? I'm like, why? There were only 2 of us kids. There was Daria, there was Michael. That was it. So Mom would take us places. Franklin Institute, the zoo, movies, whatever, where you want to go. Well, okay. And she would go and pay for all 3 of us. So I didn't have, you know, you had the family birthday party, which is basically a dinner with cake and all the adults, you know. So, because there weren't really too many other kids my own age in the family either. So, I never had a real party. So they got together with a couple other of the theater crowd and threw me a party for my 40th, and it was fantastic. You want to fry somebody for the 40th or the 50th, have first off, the invitations. The woman's a graphic designer. She's fantastic. Her name's Deb Mackey. She does stuff. She's a fantastic artist too. Her Etsy store and her website and her YouTube are White Horse Studio. And she did the invitations like the British Victorian mourning cards. So they had the black border around the card. They had a black rose on the top. And it was help us celebrate the mourning of her lost youth. Her youth has sadly passed away. I still have the invitation. I kept that. The cake was a tombstone with black roses on it. Eulogies were encouraged, and some of them were just spot on and hysterically funny. A couple of people showed up all in black, but the best one was my friend Diane. She showed up all black, head to toe, hat that had a veil over her face, black gloves all the way up her arms with the giant cocktail rings over the gloves, and a bouquet of fake calla lilies. You know, here for the departed. It was awesome. So, what kind of cake I like, and I haven't had in years because I never knew where Mom got it. She used to go up towards Philly somewhere and get this Italian rum cake, and you had to order it and then go pick it up. So you had to order it a couple days in advance, and it was one of those cakes where you bit into it, and especially once you got to that cream layer in the middle, and your tongue was tingling even from the cake, but that thing was soaked in rum. It was fantastic, and I don't know where she ever got them from. I miss that cake. So, let's see. I know Nettie's here, and I think I took this down a little too far. I changed my settings. I found out from doing Trisha's sale that if the brightness is too high on the laptop, it whites out what we're showing. And so I try to put that down, but then if it's too far down, I can't read the chat. So, tiramisu. I don't think I've ever had tiramisu. So, but you know, it was a quiet birthday, and Mike and I are going to go out tomorrow because he felt bad because, you know, we couldn't go out and because he was really sick, and I want my sushi. So we're going out probably for lunch tomorrow and have sushi. Well, I'll have sushi because he doesn't like it. Honestly, these eyebrows are so dark and they look so strange over the top of the glasses. It's hard to do eye makeup for me. I have what they call hooded eyes, where the top part, when your eyes are open, this part just lays over the lower lid all the way down to the eyelashes, and it's hard. So you guys ready to have some fun tonight? Oh, wow. You filled a classroom with black dead roses. Oh, hi, Trisha. Oh, yeah. Those cakes that suck up all that rum or any other liquor you've got. Yep. Or Carrie, my favorite is you have these old grandmothers, whether they're Irish, German, or Italian, and they never measured anything with a measuring spoon or a measuring cup. It was all like, get it into the hand. Oh, yeah, that's right. And throw it in. Yeah. So you have, there are some makeup tricks. Like I said, I am so out of practice. The only thing I'm still in practice on is that I put my mascara on without the aid of a mirror. When you learn how to put mascara on in the back of a moving school bus, you learn how to do it without the mirror. And it's a lot easier now because, you know, it's not bouncing around. Oh, ow. I'm trying to get the pillow right because I think my left hip is just a little out of whack. So tomorrow they're going to have to pop it back into place for me. We thought we kind of had it Wednesday, but I wouldn't let them put me in traction Wednesday because I just had too long a day and had so much else to do with the Court of Honor that night and other things that were going on. So I just was not going to have them put me in traction and have me, in bed for 3 hours if it goes wrong. Some days it does. Some days that traction doesn't. If you're not relaxed enough, then that traction will start pulling the spine, but it also starts pulling the muscles and the tendons. You have to be nice and relaxed. And some days I'm just not there. So, well, let's see here. You guys want to have some fun tonight? Sure you do. How many of you saw that video from the haul from the 2 yard sales? Boy, wasn't that huge box something else? So I have a little cloves tin. Now, this is not this is the label I grew up with from Durkee. I think they've since changed it again, but it is a tin. Actually, there's still, I cleaned the lid off and I forgot to I didn't empty it out. There's still cloves in there. So if you want to smell like Christmas cooking. So this is one of the shorter ones. And so this is one's probably from the 70s. And, it's only a little 2-inch high tin, and it's $4 and it's 84. It's $4 and it's number 84. So, yeah, Lynn, I've noticed that. I've had some old cookbooks that I've looked at, and it literally is a pinch of this, a dash of that. Sometimes they have ounces, but most of them it's kind of weird. They just say, well, here's the ingredients, and then they don't give you even close to any kind of measurements. So it's a little strange. So let me, come here, you. Let me put this here. Yeah, I have to go through cookbooks because there's an awful lot out there that I am never going to use that are from my mom. There's some from me. One's from Mom. I may start emailing the family and see if anybody wanted anything. I think... So I knew there was a bag of spice tins in the pantry, and one day Mike was helping me clean out, and I think he threw them away, and I'm so annoyed because one of them was a pumpkin spice tin, and everybody always looks for the pumpkin spice one, and I cannot find that bag, and I think he helped a little too much. Bummer. But it happens, it happens. Maybe I'll get lucky and find another one. Now a lot of the spices come in plastic, but I like the tins better because things stayed longer. They were completely sealed off from light, which can break things down. And so they don't keep their flavor. And sometimes it's plastic, they don't seem to seal as tight. Even Penzeys Spices has gone over to using plastic for most of their stuff now. So I have this really cute cup and saucer. It just makes me reminds me of Oktoberfest because he's got his lederhosen on and they're dancing, and it's on both sides. So, which is so nice because how often is it that if you're a lefty, the image isn't on the right side of the cup, And then you have these nice blue and sort of a reddish brown and tan flower. Now, these are marked. These are marked Pennsylvania. I can't read it on there that well. There we go. Provincial Designs by Napco of Japan. And there's no, I felt all around it. There's no chips. There's no cracks. It's such a cute little thing. And it's really cute to decorate with this time of year. You could even put, just a couple of candies in there or fill it with candy corn if you like that stuff. Sorry. I'm not a fan of candy corn by any means. So the Oktoberfest cup and saucer is $6 and it's number 61. $6, number 61 for this lovely cup and saucer. I do. Well, I stuck it up here. Stick it up there. I think my chat froze. Because what I see on my phone is not what I'm seeing on my laptop. That's better. Okay, Nettie, I see you there for 61. Okay, so Perfecting Pearls, dear heart, she convinced me to offer this up anyway, even though it has some issues. It is very sheer. It has a few spots where it's starting to get little holes in it. Now, I see her point in that this could be used and repurposed for on a doll. Now, see, there's a pattern on the ends, but see, like that big hole shouldn't be there. The other hole should be because there's a pattern, but it's mohair. And you never see that. And if you're making a creepy doll for Halloween, this would be really cool. Because wouldn't it look like a green ghost? You have this as part of the dress. But it has the original tag. Says it was made for John Wanamaker. Made in England, 100% mohair. Dry clean only, but do not use petroleum solvents or the coin-operated method of dry cleaning. That's because some of these dry cleaning solvents will eat this stuff. Unfortunately, like you can have silk that certain things will eat it too. So we have this. There's probably a little over a yard of this. So if you are a crafter lot here, it is $3 for the mohair scarf as is. It's just $3, number 86. I do think that would make a cool, kind of that ghost looking color. Who remembers the game, The Green Ghost from the 60s? That it glowed in the dark. Lynn, I'm feeling mostly okay. I mean, it's nice to be able to stand up straight. We've now gone 13 days that I have been able to stand up straight. Though today doing dishes, my back of my hip hurt. And sitting here, the back of my hip's bothering me. So I think the left hip is a little out of whack. Because sometimes it still does. Sometimes we're having problems because it's still sliding just a little out of, not like completely out of joint like that, but just enough to have like a dull ache. And after a whole day of that, it gets a little tiring. So I'm getting there, slow but sure. I am so happy that one nerve let go. I'm thrilled because to finally be able to stand up straight is so nice. Now, bending at any angle is still an issue. The closer I bend to the floor, the more I want to cuss. And picking up any real weight is still an issue. I'm up to about 6 to 8 pounds, depending on the day, that I can lift without it bothering my back. So there you go, Lynn. There's the update. That's how I'm doing. Yeah, I did get one really amazing surprise this week. I haven't heard from Michael, who I grew up with, in easily a year or more. And he texted me. I was so happy. Now technically he's Brother Donovan or Father Donovan. I don't know. I just, the best he's going to get out of me is Father Mike, because I've known him since I was 5. So, but I do miss him. How do you not miss somebody that, you spent the majority of your life with all the way up until, into your 20s? He was my best friend. And I still adore him and I miss him. But it was nice. It was so nice to get a text from him and to at least hear a little bit from him. He didn't answer any of my texts, so I don't know. I don't know where he is. Don't know what he's doing. But I know he's still alive, and that's something. So, and I heard from Daria, who was the girl I grew up with, and I miss her too. And I have no excuse for that, because I should hobble my sorry butt over there, because her parents only live on the next street. How many of you have done that? There's people that live near you haven't talked to in ages. Pick up a phone, call them. Pick up a phone and call them this weekend. Surprise the hell out of them. So I have this neat little bud vase. Things are still whiting out. Let's see if I move you. If that's better. There we go. Now you can see the pattern. That's much better. Now you can see the pattern on that, or at least you could a second ago. There we go. Now I don't know who made it. It is this nice white glass. No, it doesn't glow. But it is a sweet little bud vase. And with the holidays, you can add anything that's white for just about any holiday. It is just about 6 inches tall. So it's a really nice little bud vase piece. It's almost got that tree shape. So you could have this out for, Christmas is coming. So you'll want a nice touch of white in with things. And so you could have this wonderful little vase for $6, and it's number 30. $6, number 30. I didn't figure out who made it. And the only mark on the bottom, I think, says number 13. Let me look again. Nope, it says number 2. Something I looked at said number 13. Yeah, it doesn't have, it just has a number 2. Stick that up there. So where are we now? Let's do the other tin. So that first one I showed you was Durkee's. This is also Durkee's, but this is older. This is their older label. This one's more from the 50s and 60s. So this is their allspice tin. Now this one's a little bigger because this one's 3 inches tall. And so this one is $5 and it's number 43. $5, number 43. CCC. I haven't seen you in ages, girl. How are you? If you're who I think you are. Do I still have? I had a rude surprise for my emails. I had archived a bunch of stuff and found out that it didn't actually save them to my computer or to the Google Drive. So all of the early emails I had of people's addresses and contact and PayPal, Yahoo ate them. So, or that was a bad surprise. It ate them. So, yeah, no, I did sell one of these a long while ago. So I was surprised when I found the other one. So, Cece, you are lagging though, because Nettie got the one I had tonight. So I think you're lagging a little, dear. Oh, no. Jesus, girl, did you have wolf spiders by you? Bite you? Hi, Mary. I saw that you're back. So nice that you're back. And if anybody is lagging, if you're on the laptop, on the computer, there's a little gear thing for settings, and you can change your playback speed and set it to 125. And what'll happen is it'll quick race through and get you caught back up to where everybody else is, and it'll flip back to normal. I do that all the time because the lag and the different internet speeds, it's about the only way to be able to get caught up. So yeah, I know. Good to be back in action. I know exactly that feeling after being, what was like in the summer? Was I gone for, I had at least a week of bed rest. I think we missed me for about a month of live sales. Kelly Bolden, hello. This is your first live or your first live on my channel? For anybody that's new here, and I see a few that I haven't seen in a while, that is my email address. There we go. In the corner there, that's my email address. So if you're going to purchase anything tonight or be in the offer ups, you need to email me your name, your address, and what your PayPal email is. I invoice through PayPal, and I have to admit that I am behind in shipping. Seems to be never going to get better. I don't know. It feels like it, simply because of not being able to bend so much and lift so much. But I have 8 boxes sitting upstairs that nobody helped me get down here yet, which is where the scale and the computer are, so that I could do invoices from the last weekend. But basically, I'm about a week behind. Some of you I am more, I know that, where I'm sending pictures to a few people to make sure they still want what it was. But so if you just email me your information to that email, then we'll be all set, and you can have fun in the chats and come shopping. And honestly, these live sales, there's a ton of us. There's a bunch of us in the vintage community, and then there's others that do more modern stuff, contemporary stuff, or pop culture stuff. There's one called Mr. Buys a Lot who just sells to other resellers. He sells bulk lots. So there's a huge community, like huge community in YouTube of live sales that you could, honestly, you could do most of your Christmas shopping helping small sellers out, or big sellers, whatever channel floats your boat. Boy, there's a bunch of us around. So are you guys ready for an offer up? Because I found this lovely little girl. Now, in doing the research, I found out she is Napco. She only has a Japan paper label on there. Now, she should have been a parasol girl. She is a head vase, but the ones I saw, and most of the ones I saw doing the research, did not have their parasols. Only one I saw did. And it would have been a wire coming up through here and then would be a porcelain piece that sat up about here. So, like most of them, she does not have her parasol. Now, she does have some weird things to her, which, kind of half made me wonder, was she a knockoff? But then when I saw the other ones online, most of them look identical to her, but she's got some manufacturer's little flaws here in that, like, there's an indent here, but you can see that's colored, it's glazed. So that's the manufacturer. This is another weird thing. She has this spot where I don't know what happened, but that's under the glaze. So I don't know if somebody accidentally touched her, went and grabbed her while it was still wet, but that's underneath the glaze, that mark. And the other thing she has is, it's hard to see it. I looked and I can't see any crack lines. So I don't see anywhere where she was broken. There's no crack lines on the inside, but it honestly looks like the yellow that they used, that somebody got sloppy and left a little goo up there. Now, in a bright light, it's hard to see, but it's right against the rim of the hat. But when you're looking at her this way, you don't see it. You also don't see that, if I got to see if I can get it. You see she's missing a finger? You can't even tell that seeing it this way. So now that you know all of the intriguing little things with this little girl, she is an offer up, and she is starting at $6 for the offer up. So I have to back the chair up so I can get the keyboard. Start at 6. But isn't she a cute little thing? And you don't even notice, because her hand is holding that, what's supposed to be the handle. You don't even notice that is the major flaw to me, is because everything else is manufacturer's flaws, but that's the major flaw to me, is she's missing a finger. But you only can see that if you're actually looking at the back of her, and actually you got to turn sideways. But like I said, this is under the glaze. It honestly looks like somebody touched the brown while it was still wet, and you can almost see a fingerprint, and then the yellow right in here where it's on thicker than the rest of it. But those are manufacturer's things. Those are manufacturer's flaws. So it's just a finger that's she can't even give you the right finger, can she? Well, no, that's your index finger. So somewhere she has a finger running loose. But she is so sweet and so cute. And her little pigtails. She's such a cutie. I see Tammy at 8. But she is a cutie. Now, I did see that they made her as a blonde as well. They made her as a brunette, and they did make her as a blonde. But she's so cute. And I'm really surprised that with the finger missing, there's no other chips. I mean, how do you lose the finger back there without damaging anything else? Her fingertips are fine. This is all fine. The bow is fine. I don't know. What did somebody just bite the finger off? I don't know. Oh, Carrie, darling, it was nice of you to stop in. Carrie's doing live sales too, and so she had one earlier tonight. So you get some sleep, hon. I hope your sale went well. I was able to stop in, but I wasn't able to stay for the whole thing. So I see Marilyn Rutledge at 14. Hi, Warren. And Tammy at 16. She does kind of, because the handle is got the stripes on it, that it does kind of look like a book. But I thought she had a straw because it's round and then, you know, it's hollow. There's still, so I did take a toothbrush down in there, but way down in the bottom, there's still a little dirt because the toothbrush couldn't get it way down in there. So the dirt is free, as Jan from Antiques from Karen likes to say, dirt is free. But I got everywhere else. I was able to get in between here and in the bow, took a Q-tip and got in the bow. So I've been all over her, so I know there's no other chips. And we have Marilyn Rutledge at 18. And I was very careful on the bottom and made sure that, because that's a paper label. Now, way over here, and there's no way you're going to see it because I'm only just seeing it now myself because of the angle of the lighting. There's a circle with a big N in it, but it's barely impressed in there. And there's such a thick goo of glaze over it, you can barely see it. I missed that. Even when I was cleaning her up, I missed that. A little paper drink parasol. Well, yeah, that'd be about the right size, but you'd probably have to put a thinner straw somehow to make the parasol up tall enough. But you could. And I see Marilyn is at 22 and Tammy is out. And I think it was just between those two. And let's see. Marilyn, I think I have your info from last week. So we're going to say going once, because the lag is real. We all know about that nasty lag. Going twice. And sold. Oh yeah, swizzle stick straw extender. That might do it. Okay, so we have Marilyn Rutledge for 22. Write that down. Thank you, thank you. Oh, and I'll put this up here because that didn't put her safely in the box. Now we have another little state thing here, because I was finding a couple of these. It is a little toothpick holder. It says Iowa, the Hawkeye state. Says the state capital is Des Moines. It's a cute little thing. Actually would make an interesting little cup. It would make a pretty cool espresso cup, actually. But it does have the original pack of toothpicks that came with it. And you see that this paper label inside says made in Japan. So it's older than you'd think with that, but there's no, it's, you know, tourist piece. So there's no little marks or anything on it. But it's just a cute little thing. And if you do like espresso, boy, it's a fun little thing to use. Or, you know, if you have the grandchildren and you want to have a couple of teacups to make your own specialized little set for them having tea with you, because one of my grandmothers used to do this. She would use these little things from all the souvenirs of places they went, and they were all toothpick holders, but they all had a handle, and that became the tea set with Tea with Nanny. It made it fun. Come on, I was 5. Come on. So So this cute little thing is $5 and it's number 27. $5, number 27. Oh, fake daisy would be cute in there. Like a Gerber daisy would stick up and be a nice size. Now this is the other thing I have. Now this, oh, you carefully tilt jewelry out of it. So this is made in Japan by, and I had trouble with this one. It says Charles Productions, but it's CHARLS. And it's a silver foil label. So they did stuff in the 50s and 60s, and I couldn't really find anything on them into the 70s. But it's really, this is textured like real bark. And then you have a horse and buggy. Now, I had to laugh because their horse and buggy, they're never, ever red. They are never red. So somebody who didn't know anything about Pennsylvania Dutch designed this. Now, it does have some paint loss because the brown is cold painted. I was real surprised at that, but that's not chips. The brown is all cold painted on there, and we're losing a little bit right there, but that is on the back. So it's more on the side, and then you can see a little tiny bit directly on the back. But it is a neat little mug. I kind of like it this way because of it looking like a tree, because I thought, this way, if you turn it this way, since the bottom is also brown, and you put your Christmas pixies, or an elf sitting up here, I thought that would be so cool to sit a little elf for Christmas on top of this thing and just use it as a riser for your display. I thought that would be pretty cool. So you have this really cool Pennsylvania Dutch Country mug. It is a vintage mug. It is $6 and it's number 45. $6, number 45. And honestly, if nobody takes that one, I'm tempted to keep it and see if I have a fairy that'll sit on top of it. But I cannot fit anything else into that china closet. And for those of you who are new to my channel, there is a video of, treasures from the treasure cabinet, which is the china closet in my bedroom. I purged that one day and brought a bunch of stuff to the live sale, which was the next day. And you'll see, I'm not kidding when I say that thing is pretty maxed out. There's not any more room in there. It was a fun video to do, and everybody told me it was a fun video to watch, but boy, there's a lot of eye candy in there. So I have 3 pieces of jewelry, kind of a gold theme going on here tonight for the 3 pieces. Now, these are marked Avon, and if you look, one is gold and one is silver, and they interlock. Now they have these little clear plastic pieces that are on there, and these hold them together, but you can take that off and wear just one if you wanted to wear just the gold one or just the silver one. So it is a nice little open cuff, so you can easily get it on and off. If you have trouble, like some of us do with arthritis in the hands and can't get that stupid little hook thing on, cuff bracelets, man, they are the way to go. So this little Avon gold and silver bracelet is $5, and it's number 29. $5, number 29. And remember, I mean, you can take these pieces off in that way. It's 2. So $5, number 29. Hi, Randy. Okay, I see Paula. Thank you. Now I have another little gold thing here. It does not have a maker's mark. I do like the back of the piece does have that coating. Now I know when it's silver, it's rhodium backing. I don't know what it is, if it's like a gold color, if they just tinted that. But this ring is adjustable. And then this is what it looks like in the front. It's all made to look like twisted rope with 3 pearls caught in it. And where it adjusts is way up here instead of back here. How many of us have had those adjustable rings that open back here and then they pinch the hell out of your finger? But this one, it's way up here, so you can have this sized to be sized to your finger. But that's a little bigger than a nickel. That's a fair size little ring there. And look how big the pearls are. Now the pearls are glue set, but they are all there. And it's $5 for the pearl ring, number 87. $5, number 87. Nice size cocktail ring there. So $5, number 87. Oh, and I see Paula got in there. Now I have a brooch, and the brooch is going to be an offer up. I did not find a maker's mark on it. Now this has 3 really nice pearls in it, and these are very lustery kind of pearls. So I suspect they are cultured. Cultured pearls are where they take a little bead and they shove it into, is it oysters that pearls come from? Clams? Oyster, clam. I've forgotten. But it has that nice luster, and they're graduated sizes. So you have the tiny one, and then they go down to the biggest one down here. And all of this, you can see the straight line in the middle, but you see all this edging. There's tiny little lines to give definition. So this is an offer up, and it's starting at $6. So let me put that in. Hi, Happy Days. I see you, but I see Paula first. Remember, the chat will always show you as first, so sometimes you do have to refresh. And let me get in here. Leaf pin, offer. Gonna start at would help if I put another 0. There we go. So now the back is just a plain metal. Now, and you see they are separate leaves. They are separate pieces. And the stem part is off of this front one. And then this back one you can see stops right down here. It's really nicely done. It's really well put together. Has a really fairly long pin part. The whole pin is 2 3/4 inches long, and you can wear it this way or up like this or whatever angle you want this to be. But it really is in good shape. But there's no marks on it. There's no maker's mark. It's a really nice pin, and I really like the pearls that are on there. because they really have that nice luster that you want. And then to have all those little etch lines, which you can kind of catch a hint of if the light hits it the right way, but it really gives it some definition there. So I see Warren Hart at 13. Oh, Fiona's coming in at 15. It is a neat little pin. We've seen the jewelry I wear. I like bling. I like rhinestones. So this is... I know that song, Randy. No, I don't think they're feathers. I think they're meant to be leaves, because there is a tree that will have, because it's up the street, and I don't know, it's not a ginkgo because the leaves aren't right. It has leaves just like these, and the leaves will hang down like that, and then usually in between them, there's usually this little thing that hangs down, but that usually has two little green ball thingies. So I think it's meant to be the leaf, because it just does really remind me of the leaves that are on that particular tree, which is why I thought, but maybe they could be feathers. I don't know. I think the shape is kind of more like a leaf. So I see Fiona at 20 and Warren is out. So I think we will do going once, going twice. So we have going once. Going twice. Such a pretty little thing. And so, oh, no, you can't outbid yourself, dear. Sold to Fiona. Fiona, why are you outbidding yourself? You're not allowed to outbid yourself. No. You're not allowed to outbid yourself. Even though, you know. Yeah, she wants that very, very much. I can understand that. I've had things sniped from me, and other times I've had the magic internet for once in a while, and I've had it where I've gotten it. I actually got something away from Belinda once. And we all know and we all love Miss Belinda. But my God, Belinda Carroll has the fastest internet on the planet. Once I got something away from Belinda. All right, so we have all three of these. Let me tuck these back into the box with the soles. Oh, that that Trifari one. Yeah. That was a heated battle for that. I know what would cause an even bigger heated battle. If I cracked open that case of rhinestone stuff that I did I did a video when I was flat on my back, and I did a video of my rhinestone collection because I used to sing operettas and I wore them on stage. And then and I showed a few pieces. I literally am laying there, the camera's here, and I'm saying, okay, let me see what I grab next. And I can't see the box next to me, and I just grab it and I hold it up in front of the camera and go, oh, okay, so this is this. But you know, it worked because you get a nice view of some really cool jewelry. And then Trusty Huckster Mercantile had me on, for basically he has a show and tell show where you don't necessarily have to know a huge amount about it, because a lot of my stuff, most of it's not marked, and we had a chance to show off even more of the rhinestones that I had that I didn't show before. So we had fun that day. That'll be the day that you guys are all fighting for all those pieces. I have, and I had one of these before. Now this one is a little newer. It doesn't have a label on the bottom. It does have the oddest thing, which this one has a piece of paper across the bottom to make it look like grained wood. But guess what's under there? A piece of wood. See, look, that's a piece of wood under there. But they went to the trouble of putting a piece of paper, which the one I had sold before didn't have that in there. Now, this is a Dritz sewing box. It is a raffia. This is all twisted raffia. It has its handle is still secure. It has the little flowers woven in of raffia on the top, and it has this early vinyl plastic and its closure that hooks over that. Now, most of these were made in Japan. It does still have no problem with the two metal loops that are the hinge, and it still has its little silk threads ribbons to hold the lid up, and the lining. It's got the satin lining that's in beautiful shape. Now this is 7.5 wide and 3 inches tall and 5 inches the other way. So it's a great little piece. You can use it for anything. If you wanted to use it to store jewelry in, you could, because you could put your brooches up here. But it is a neat little sewing basket. Most of these were from the 1950s, made in Japan usually. So I fully believe this one is as well. And this little sewing box is $10, number 18. It's in beautiful condition because this one even still has the, usually this paper piece has long gone and you just have the plain board. So this is $10, number 18 for the little vintage sewing basket. And this one really is in really fine shape. Surprised I'm not being bothered by a cat. And I see Happy Days. Thank you. Now I have, because I always have some kind of ephemera for you guys. I have, now they're more modern. These are all from Czechoslovakia, and I can't read the messages on them because they're not in English. Oh wait, one of them is. Now that one actually has Copenhagen. You know what's kind of cool with some of these, like you could with the little, when they're all divided up like that, they work really well as dollhouse art. You can frame it and then have a little image for up on the dollhouse, or even have them for in junk journaling. But there are 10 of these, and this one's Copenhagen. Most of them are Praha, and the stamps are all, Praha is what, Prague? Check out that old bridge. Isn't that awesome? What a great view. Postcards really are kind of cool because you can use them as the backdrop for little vignettes. This one says Braha. I don't know who that one is. But they are all used. They all still have the original stamps on the back. I was trying to read a date, and that became a problem because the stamps are really cool. Okay, this one has a date, 1979. I cracked up over that artwork around that fountain or of the fountain. And then there's that one. So it's basically a little ephemera lot for, junk journaling. Like I said, they're all used, and they are all written, and only the one I saw was in English. I kind of like the stamp on this one because it's got a satellite, space satellite, which I thought was different. So this is for the 10 European used postcards. It is $5, and there are 10 of them. $5, number 68. $5, number 68 for those. Now, the other set that I have, they're also used. These are places, and most of them are the US, because you have a San Diego one. That says 1980. This one says Stockholm. This is somewhere in Yugoslavia. What is it? You could shoot a new a picture of a toy card. Yeah, that's true. You could put, if you have little miniature stuff that you could put in front of it, you could make a neat little image. That's Rome. That's part of Rome. Palm Springs, Hawaii. That's pretty cool. It's from 1983. I love this clock tower. I don't know where this one's at, but I love the clock tower. Did I freeze? I see Hawaii up there. There we go. Now München. Which one's München? Is that's German? But I don't know where, because I don't speak German. Martinique. See, look, you need an image of, fruit or something, you got it. And I love this one. This Arizona one is a beautiful, beautiful landscape. What is going on here? Why am I freezing? It seems jerky to me. München is Munich. Okay. I wasn't sure. Patrick, how did your sale go? I was in there briefly. Yeah, it's jumping around, and it's not like Mike's playing a video game. I'm wondering if the wind is kicking up outside. That could be a problem. Uh-oh. No. All right. If it gets too bad, I'll have to go out and maybe come back in. So the ones that are the USA, mostly USA city and state picks, that's $5, number 56 for this one. Uh-oh. I may have to go out and come back in. Now, is it going to let me go out and come back in? Let me see if I can do this. You get to see the drag makeup. I was trying. Those eyebrows are just way too dark. All right, let me see. Oh, if I do that, it ends the broadcast because I don't have anybody else on here with me. Well, that's no fun. Layout, broadcast info. No. Let me out of there. Darn it. It is. We'll see if it corrected itself. If not, I may have to end it and you go find me again. We'll see what happens. Oh, man, it just seems so bad. That's right. Patrick, you're traveling. I'm glad you made some money for the doxies. When I got the one of the traveling boxes, I put something in, but then I put something extra in because it actually had one more thing than it should have. But it was lightweight. I had some doxy stickers for sale, and I still have one set for sale in my eBay store. And I put one packet of the doxy stickers in my trusty traveler box as a bonus. So, because I thought, it's for the doxies. They would like that. Same bat channel, yeah. So I think it might have corrected itself. We had another limb come down and hit the phone line. So, and of course the phone line connects to the house. It also connects the internet. So yeah, it could be, if it's getting windy out there, a problem with the phone line. So let me, yeah, I know, it looks beautiful right now, doesn't it? So those of you who see me on Instagram know I found these tonight. I found, technically, one is a frozen Charlie, but I'm not sure she could be considered a frozen Charlie because her arms move. Her arms are actually jointed. They're on little metal pins in there. But the weird, I don't know if somebody, like this red down here just looks strange. And then they drew straps in, I guess so she wouldn't look naked up top, because it's a girl, I think. She does say Japan right across here on her back. And she has a little flaw besides that weird paint job. If you look at one foot, now that's a weird thing in the porcelain. It's not a crack. It's actually like the mold is bad because there's an indent there and it's happened afterwards, or else, when they were I guess when they were taking the mold out. But both feet have that same weird indent. Like maybe they were trying to make it dent in for the back of the heel, but it's too low. It should be higher. But I don't get, like, this didn't wash off. And the green and the black are more like a cold painted. So she's a strange little thing. She was one of my mother's. So because of the weirdness of the red, which I suspect might be watercolor that was done later. I mean, my mom was born in 1929, and this was one of her little dolls. So maybe, one of the aunts did that. So she is going to be a set price because of that weird painting. And she is just going to be $5, and she's number 71. $5, number 71 for the little girl. $14 boxes are still missing. That's a lot. Hello, Lynn. Okay. I have Lynn down. Now, the boy's going to be an offer up. The reason why is because the boy is not as common Now, I don't like to wash these because I always get afraid that the colors will come off. And he's got such great color. And he does have a smudge on his cheek. And you can see, I mean, the white is showing some age. He looks a little more gray to those pants. But he does have the blonde hair. Got a little smudge on an eyebrow, too. But he's got his chaps on. You can see all the stuff down here. Got his hat. Got his bandana and his vest. He says made in Japan across the back. So the cowboy is an offer up for the Frozen Charlie because he's not one that's commonly found. So for the Frozen Cowboy, no, that's a W. We're going to start him at 5. There you go. He's going to start at 5. Now he is 3 3/4 inches tall, but he's got a lot of his color left. I mean, he's got the blonde hair. There's nothing missing on the red or the blue. And the shirt is a green. The shirt is a light green. Now, he's even got little brown on the front for the boots. And you can see that they didn't smooth off the bottom. They smoothed around the edges, but so it's nice and flat. He does stand up, but that's, I guess he's hollow, and then that was a pin to let the air out. But he is a cute little thing, and I see Lynn Dowdy for 5. Yeah, I mean, I've read about these in a book, but I hadn't seen one. And then I opened up a little end of the buffet in the dining room and found a bag of little porcelain dolls and found these 2. And so he is a cutie. He is a cutie. I didn't want to take a Q-tip and bartender's friend. I was afraid to get too close to that face because sometimes like the paintwork on the eyes flakes off, but he's got his eyes, he's got his eyebrows, he's got just a little bit of red in that mouth to give definition. He's got the faintest little bit of blush to the cheeks. So he's got most of his paint is all still there. And when you can see it up close, this is the holster. And then this has all the little ridges that would be for the spots to hold the bullets so this is the gun holster and belt. And yes, he is porcelain. He is a porcelain piece made in Japan. But I can guarantee you he is from the 1930s because he was one of the pieces that was my mom's, and all these little doll things, you could pick them up. If they weren't a prize at like a local carnival, they usually were in the, well, they didn't have Woolworths. Norwood had Davis's Trading Post. I'm not sure when it started. I know it was still there when I was going there, and I think it's still there now. It was run by the same family for decades and decades. Yeah, penny dolls. I didn't know that actually was a name for a penny doll, but yeah, there's some tiny little baby ones that are only like this long, and they have jointed, the legs and arms are on little metal pins. I have to decide what I'm going to do with those, but I thought I'd offer these 2. So let's see, where are we? We are with Lynn Dowdy at 10. I just thought he's so different because he's in such great condition as far as the paint colors show. You know, he's in good shape. There's no chips to him. There's no cracks to him. And it's a cowboy, and I'm just never seen it. And some of them, they don't have the paint all the way around, but he's got the paint all the way around. Because I've seen a couple where like they do all the hair, but they don't always do the whole back of the outfit. So I see Nettie for 11. So it looks like we are between Nettie, Olivia, and Lynn. Oh, and Lynn is out. So, Olivia, you want to come in? Baby John Wayne. So we're going to call it going once. Okay, Olivia is out. So unless somebody snipes in here, we have it going twice. Yeah, the hat is really cute. And that red on the hat's kind of thick, but it is a really cool piece. And so we have sold. And sold to Nettie. Wrap him back up in his tissue and put her in the tissue. Lay them carefully in the box. Hello, Belinda. How are you tonight? And that was 11 to Nettie. Okay. Now, I have something that I don't think was ever washed. When they have fabric, it has a thing called sizing on it. Sizing, even back in the day, it's a way to keep things crisp, and that washes off after the first wash or two. This still feels like it's got that stiffness and that sizing to it, and the colors are fantastic. Great for fall. Look at that image. The pheasants going off and the hunting spaniel, and it's from 1967, so this thing's a little older than I am. And then, of course, at the bottom, you have the hunter's rifle. Now, this one does not have a name anywhere on it as to who did the artwork. Sometimes you'll find an artist name hidden in the image, but this one does not. So this wonderful 1967 tea towel with this great image. I mean, if you wanted to, I mean, you could even like make this into a pillow or something and just have that. That's such a great image for fall. So this is, I have my ruler over top of it. So I looked it up, and the condition and everything and the age is so very good on this. It is $9. It is number 79. $9, number 79. Yeah, it is really nice. And to find it in this condition is phenomenal, because I swear it's never been used. I don't think it's ever been washed. There's not a mark on it, and it's from 67. I just turned 56. This thing's older than me. Not by much, but it's older than me. So, okay. Are we ready for some paper doll books? I still have paper doll books. Yeah, I need to get my hair cut, and then I have to decide if I'm gonna do something to it. Because it's all, remember how, for those of you who didn't see it, my hair got cut and somebody kept making the poor girl laugh, who was a trainee, and they cut it like all the way up to here, which was okay in the summer. But now all the ends and everything are all like out of whack. So it needs to get trimmed. And so the color may be changing, because I've wanted to just, for the hell of it, do pink hair for the longest time. So the color may be changing. So Okay, what is this about email Nancy before she invoices? Ah, I know what that is. That's the cup and saucer, isn't it, ladies? My color is what they call faded, well, what I call faded red. It used to be such a great red, and then the older I get, there's so much more blonde hiding in there, and then you get this little thing where the white is all showing up like all at one spot, like over here. So okay, so Nettie, you are going to let Triple C here have the cup and saucer. Okay. Yeah, because the last time I had that cup and saucer, I had two, and then I knew, and somehow they ended up in separate boxes. And a long while ago, I had the other one, and she was the one who got it, and she has a set of it, don't you? Okay, so I will change that. Nettie, you are so sweet. Thank you. And Nettie has noticed that I think you were one of the ones that bought me a tea. For those of you that don't know what that is, in the description, there is a thing that says buy me a coffee. I've seen other channels do it where they have a thing where you can call it whatever you want. Buy me a coffee, buy me a tea, buy me a donut. I think Johnny from Cajun Roots Reseller says buy me a moon pie. But anything from the buy me a tea is actually going to get the vet care needed for a cat that I've been working with all summer. She is a sibling to my cat, but this poor kitten is the one I never could catch. So she's been outside for 8 years. She trusts me so much now, she tried coming into the house today. She can't come in. She can't come in till she gets checked out by a vet, because you don't want them to bring an illness in that can affect your pet. So, but she also surprised me by showing up with a 7-month-old kitten. So now there's two of them. So anything from the buy me a tea goes specifically to a savings account that I use for when I have special things that I'm saving up for. And it's going right into that, so that hopefully I can get enough together to get them both fixed. And there is a place that does it for, they'll help you do it, because right now the income is, I'm not at Wawa and I've been out on medical leave for so long with no pay. So anything I sell that's cat related too, that money's going right into that fund. So we got to get them in the house before winter kicks in. So, and I know it's getting cold outside because the heater is running. I can hear the new heater down there going. So, your girls came through a hole in the fence and adopted us. I ended up with the doctor because River Song had 4 kittens, and she was in the shed next door. And so I managed to catch 3, but never catch the 4th. The next batch of kittens she had, she abandoned them all and they all died. But she was really sick, and I could never get her to trust me enough. When she looked her worst, she brought Rory here, but my doctor was an idiot and at the time kept chasing her away. Now that the doctor is by herself and there's no other pets in the house, she is fine. She's fine around Rory. She is not so sure of the kitten yet. So, and I'll have to come up with a Doctor Who name. The kitten did let me pick her up. It is a girl. So I'm thinking the kitten's going to be named Sarah Jane. And the kitten so far looks just like the doctor, but she's all black. She doesn't have the white spot on her chest. So hopefully I can get them in before it gets too cold. And it also means, though, I've got to get working on the black hole challenge room again. Now that I'm standing up straight for the first time, I'm hoping I can get to moving a little bit more in there. Michael says he's going to help me more, and I have a former scout who's willing to help me more in there, since I can't move furniture or anything by myself. So that'll become the room where they can stay to acclimatize themselves. That way too, they can actually, the bottom of the door is like open. It has about that much open space. So the cats can actually sniff each other through the door. I already know from shutting that door that the doctor can fit her paw under there because she's turned into a real needy little thing since she's been in the house alone ever since Gandalf died. So you have Bella, Cleopatra, and Caesar. The kittens we rescued, since the mother was River Song, they all ended up with Doctor Who names. So I think it's just appropriate that the next one in line, the next kitten, has to have a Doctor Who name. So since it's a girl, it's going to be Sarah Jane, which will be cool because Sarah Jane was one of my favorite companions. And until like Tom Baker years and the idiots dumbed her down, I hated that part of it. And she was a fabulous actress. So let's see, where are we now? We are up to paper doll books. So I still have some of this new old stock. Now this one is a little thinner than most of the others. So this one's going to be less price, but look at the detail and the size. I mean, that's taken up the entire page. So these paper dolls are bigger. So the head drives me nuts. Like the head's kind of weird. It's disembodied head. Honestly, is this not a Halloween thing right there? A disembodied head? There's your Halloween thing right there. So these are big. Now, the other thing, too, is if you actually are going to use these, you have to make your own tabs because a lot of these don't have the tabs on them that you would need to have them be an actual paper doll that you could use. So, but it is Raphael Tuck, and Raphael Tuck was a publisher in, does it have the years? Because Tuck books by Raphael Tuck are really hard to come by and usually fairly expensive because they started making children's books in London long time ago. 1871, when they published their first Christmas cards. Yeah, so Raphael Tuck brand name was one that did fabulous stuff, and when you can find it, then it's great. But a member of the Tuck family was in control of the company from its inception in 1871 to 1959. And Raphael Tuck has now been absorbed by Fine Arts Graphics Limited, who I don't think they exist anymore either. So this one, because there's fewer pages, so that means also fewer dolls. This one, even though the price is that it originally sold at was similar to the others, I'm going to do this one at a little less. So the Tuck one is $6, and it's number 33. $6, number 33. And it's Little Maids, so you have these two little girls. So we have anybody for those two? See Carrie T. Okay. Now we have, this is the kind my mother used to get. Now this is for fashion paper dolls from 1840 to 1854. So at that point, what are the dates of the Civil War? Aren't you looking at about heading into the Civil War at that point? Godey's Ladies Book was a fashion book. And so all of these are inspired by those images of fashion that was in there. And of course, with these, you get several, including an all-black Widow's Weeds outfit. But you get several costumes per page. So there's a lot. Yeah, Tuck did postcards too. I don't know if I still have my Tuck postcards. So every layout, it seems like there's a doll on every page. There's even a little kid. I love these wonderful little frilly outfits. So these are, and these were, the copyright on this, these were originally done in 1977. Because a lot of these are all new old stock. And nice with these is they have the tabs in there. So if you're going to use them, you know how to cut them out and cut around the tabs. So this one is $8. $8 number 14. 1860 to 1865. So it would have been in the period leading up to it. Okay. Where's a fun one? This one is so cool. I love this one. Where's the boy? Warren. I see Warren Hart. Okay. And Carrie, I will check. If I have, as with any of these, if I have a second one, you'll get an email about it. If there's a second person. Because some of them I have duplicates, but others I don't. So this one is Traditional Folk Costumes of Europe. And I love it. They did a great job. But I was just laughing because I was looking through this and I'm going, well, where's the boy? So I do like that they have the country. So you have Italy and Albania. They put the name of the country underneath. You have Austria and Hungary on that page, and then this side has Yugoslavia and Holland. Somewhere I have a statue that is a dress similar to that. Spain comes with the most extras. Look at all the extra stuff that comes with the girl for Spain. I just hit myself in the nose. So you have those, and I was looking going, where's the boy? Because there's a boy on the cover, and I want to know what the boy looks like. Scotland, Switzerland, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Germany, Iceland. Wow, that's a lot of embroidery work on Iceland. Lapland. Oh, that's not a boy. Oops. If I'd opened up the front cover, apparently that's Margaret. So that's Margaret. That's not a boy. Oops. So it's two girls. Okay. So the folk costume one. The folk costume one is $8. And this one is number 46. $8, number 46. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm looking going, come on, where's the boy? No, it's right there in the front. It's another little girl. Thank you, Annie Christie. Okay, so 46 is Carrie T. And Warren, if I have more, I'm not sure about that one. If I have more or not. And then Lynn Mack. Okay, now this one. This is, my mother would have drooled over this. Wait to see the outfits. So it's $8, 97 costume pieces, and it's a Peggy Jo Rosamond. And there are people who collect her illustration work. It is Paper Doll Masquerade. There's even one, believe it or not, there's even one called Lilybet in the back. Where'd she go? So Lilybet, it says a princess paper doll inspired by England's cloth dolls. But of course, then you've got, you know, I think the name is more to do with Queen Elizabeth I and what she was called as a little one. But look at all the detail to these outfits. Here's my favorite. There are additional costumes for the flower child. And you have something called an arbutus, which is some kind of flower, primrose, a Japanese chrysanthemum. I know what they are because I have some of that growing in my yard, and I absolutely love it. But look at all these. They're almost like the flower children. It's just so cool because this is the flower child. I honestly want to make that pansy one. I really want to make that pansy one. Aren't these wild? And that's just the little kid one. And so each one is inspired by a different doll. Victoria is inspired by a Dutch doll from 1830. And they all have these glorious costumes. And then there's usually, now I like this one. This is a porcelain doll from 1911, which is the year my house was built. But I love the Edwardian clothes. I love them. They're gorgeous. No, it's not asparagus. It's really weird. Here, I'll find it for you again. Arbutus. Arbutus. This one. No, this one. Arbutus. So it must be some kind of vine thing. I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that flower. I've heard of a lot of flowers. So 8 dolls, 97 costumes. And this one is one that, because of who it's by, is going to be a little more. This one's going to be 10. I love, come on, focus. Check out Britannia in the center there. Isn't that cool? So this one is going to be 10. And I do have others. I do have a few more of these. So this one is going to be $10 because even that's there. Like I said, people collect that particular artist. And it is number 39. It's $10, number 39 for Paper Doll Masquerade. You have 8 dolls. You have 97 costumes. It's a Peggy Jo Rosamond. Her stuff's not being printed anymore. This is the only way you find it is if somebody's got new old stock. So she is $10, number 39. And then give me a second to write all your names down. So we got Carrie and Warren. Lee, you'll have to send me your information because I don't know you. Let me double check. Hello, Cheryl Ritchie. I see I have an email from you and from Kelly Bolden. There we go. But you thought that was asparagus? Well, you'd have to be tall and skinny to be asparagus as a costume. We tuck these over here. And I think I have enough that I can do all 3 of you. I'm pretty sure I do for that Paper Doll Masquerade. I can't remember if I have 4 or 6 of that one, but Oh, from Sam and Sarah? Yeah. Oh, Mr. Happy Days says hello. Well, hello back. And didn't I get an email from you? You got your box? Honestly, the way the post office has been, I sent somebody one thing and she was not happy. She still hadn't gotten it. And now she's mad because she hasn't gotten a refund yet. But honestly, PayPal, man, getting on my nerves how long they're taking to put money into the account. If you do it through a credit card, man, it takes it right on up. But I did it through my checking, and I've never had it take this long before. Because my brother paid me half of his rent and put that in. I had to wait for his check to clear, and so I tried to put the money up into PayPal because I had pulled it all. Because I like having electric, like most of us do, and it's still, as of 9 o'clock tonight, when last I checked it, it still hadn't cleared up into the PayPal account. It's like, what is taking so long? Lee, my email is right there in the corner. And I have surprisingly few mods tonight, which means they're all playing around on other channels probably. Because I know when I started, I wasn't the only one live. Apparently, of the people I subscribe to, I'm the only one live right now. But it better not take 10 days. I will go bitch slap somebody. Oh, no. All right. So we need to put my brain cramp. I almost wrote nbk1965@email.com. That's so wrong. That's so wrong. There we go. There's my email. There you go. I've been on so little sleep that I was up until 6 a.m. this morning and went to bed. And so I am so completely out of whack for my sleep that I'm just punchy. Just punchy. It's just the way it is. And I will put this link in. Yeah, you saw the post about 3 a.m. your time. I think I uploaded the post about 4:30 a.m. my time. Maybe 5, I don't know. Okay, so here is the Buy Me a Tea link, which goes to getting those 2 cats checked by the vet, rehabilitated, and into the house, because I almost lost a cat once from letting a cat in that hadn't been checked, and here it had some virus. It killed that cat, and it almost killed my Cosette. So I'm not risking the doctor. So we don't bring anything into the house that hasn't been checked by a vet first. Oh, for eBay managed payment? Oh yeah, that's not even, this is just trying to get stuff back into PayPal. The eBay, I had to open a separate checking account just for the eBay managed payments, because I've seen too many problems that other YouTubers who teach you about how to, reselling, talk about that, about the fact that that eBay can freeze that checking account on you, and I cannot have them freezing my main checking account. So I created a second one just for them. I don't have any vintage Victorian postcards tonight or the greeting cards. There will be some coming up, and I might have a pack of some coming up in Trisha's sale. I will be on Sandy and Otto on Saturday night with Trisha on her channel, for a live sale. And that's why I was trying to practice the makeup, because I have something special in mind I was going to do. But it turns out it's been so long and I don't have most of my stage makeup. So I really tried to do my eyes, and I don't have any of the stuff to blend it out right. So that didn't work, because I was going to do like these cool butterflies. And then I realized you don't have any white. You don't have any liquid liner. You don't have a sponge. It's like that. I don't have anything anymore because I haven't been on stage in so long. I don't have any more paper dolls tonight, Warren. I try to space it out so I have a few. I usually do maybe 3 or 4 every week, and I have to look. I think I've almost gone through all of them, but I still have a stack about a foot high of paper dolls. So I do, Maria. I have an eBay. I have an Etsy. They are links to both the eBay and the Etsy store are in the description for this live. So, oh, yeah, I like to put a little sticker on and onto the postcards that I send in with my package toppers, because why not? Oh, Civil War soldier paper dolls. My siblings thought I was nuts. I gave Michael paper dolls when he was a little kid because Dover Publications makes a John Wayne paper doll. And, I mean, they say boys that play with dolls make better fathers. And he had a Molly doll from when he was real little. And he played with it a little bit, so he had fun with it. Nettie, you can't help it. eBay has no real competition, unfortunately. So once they went corporate into public option, man, they really have some issues. But where else are you gonna go? I did use eyeshadow, a Q-tip, and a finger, but this should have had the cat eye things. And you can't do those with a pencil. It doesn't work as well. See, so it just doesn't. And I don't have any cream eyeshadows. Everything's all powder, so they don't blend as well. And I'm out of practice. I haven't been on stage in 14 years, so I am very out of practice. And actually, before that, I don't think I was on stage because I was directing. So it's been a long while. And my voice has gotten really crappy because I haven't used it in way too long. But I wanted to do like this cool butterfly thing, and then I realized I don't have all the stuff I needed. So I just tried to do the drag queen eyes, and didn't do that real well either. I'm so out of practice. But I like doing the specialty makeup. That's how I had so much fun in high school. I was supposed to be Ada Pearl in The Wiz, because Chester High is predominantly African American and probably was about 60-40 back in the 80s. And we were doing The Wiz. And I got sick. And I so wanted to do Ada Pearl. I love the song. And I didn't get to do it because you have to be there every day. And I missed 2 entire weeks of school because I got so sick with bronchitis. And so they're like, well, you lost the part. And I was really upset. And he said, well, we'll see what else we can do. And then he found out that I had already taken classes for stage makeup, but it was for fantasy makeup. So they had the choicest makeup. I had learned how to make prosthetics. So the lion had a lion nose that he hooked on. The scarecrow, that burlap, he had things to make it actually glue to his neck, so it looked all right. And I went to town. All the flying monkeys had drawn on little things. I had my own crew. We got together on a Saturday for 3 Saturdays in a row to teach them all how to do the makeup. We had the best makeup because nobody else knew stage makeup, and I did. So I ended up having to plan out the entire cast and then train a crew of 12 people to do all the makeup for everybody for the whole show. It was pretty dang cool. So, oh, thank you, Auntie Christy. Yep, There's my eBay. I have eBay, I have Etsy. Neither one has a huge amount of stuff in it. Because that's one thing I haven't found a balance yet, especially then after I got hurt, of live sales, eBay, Etsy, trying to empty the house, sort the house, dealing with different things here. Yeah. Life in general. Life in general is a lot harder when you don't have great mobility. That really just sucks rocks. But you don't give up. You do what you can, even if it's just a little tiny bit each day. That's how I got through a lot of the black hole challenge. I have to get back to that room. Is I still find little spots where I just plug away a little bit. So, yeah, I mean, you learn stuff you learn in high school and you don't still do, but I was doing, and God, I think I was 20, 21 when I assistant directed my first show. Oh, I was younger than that before I assistant directed. I think I was 21 when I directed the first one. So, and then I found Gilbert and Sullivan and all the GNS groups in this area. It was a blast. So let's see, where are we now? We have, now the others I'm probably going to save until closer to New Year's, because these things are kind of a New Year related, especially the designs that are on the other ones. But this one being the polka dots and all orange, if you're wondering what this says on the great big orange one, it says made in the USA. I'm not a huge fan of these things. I like them as decoration. I hate the noise they make. So it is one of these vintage, it's got the hard plastic handle. It is one of these tin noisemakers. It's got polka dots to it. It is cute because there's so much orange on there that this one you could use for Halloween decoration, and then you could use it again, either birthday decorations or because you like polka dots, or have it out around New Year's. That's when everybody uses their noisemakers, is around New Year's. So this vintage noisemaker is $8, which is a fair price. Remember, I do check these out. But it's a little lower than what some of the others are. And this one is $8, number 66. Now, all that being said, $8, number 66. Should you ever find tin noisemakers? Okay, I'll get to that in a minute, Happy Days. Should you ever find tin noisemakers that have Halloween decorations on them, for heaven's sakes, grab them, especially if they're vintage ones, because those are really, really sought after. And I see Triple C here. So I'm laughing about Happy Days saying to scare the bears away, is because at summer camp for Boy Scouts, there was a bear in the campsite just down the trail from us, just down the hill. But it's all because they didn't take their trash out. You're in the middle of the woods. You have to take your trash out to the dumpster every night. And they didn't. And so this bear got used to, when it was all quiet, he had to have been coming in at night while they were asleep, and then decided to show up in the middle of the afternoon and face into a trash can. So yeah, no. No, we're not having bears in my campsites. Hell no. So this is an interesting little bottle. So it's made to hold a cork. It does not have a rough spot inside. When they're made to have a glass stopper, it would have this little rough inside, would be roughened up a little bit. It is blown. It is blown glass bottle. It would have been blown into a mold. It has a number 4 on the bottom and then a 152. You can see there is a kind of almost like a pontil there, but it is a really neat amber color glass, wonderful old bottle, and it would have had a cork into this. No idea what was originally in it, but it's just such a great size. It's a really cool thing to have for Halloween. If you want, you can get a label that says like Eye of Newt or something. Ashes of ex-husbands, whatever you want to put on there. And so for the brown cork bottle, this is $6, number 52. $6, number 52 for the vintage brown glass, though looking at it through the light, it looks more like a dark amber for the cork bottle. Up there. Hello, Perfecting Pearls. Oh, yeah. Everybody says, oh, they want to be an actor. And I go, no, you don't. No, you don't. There's a lot of out-of-work actors. You want to be a tech person because tech person always has a job. Most theaters hire their technical staff, okay? So you're on staff to the theater. So when a traveling show comes through, whether it's a professional touring company from Broadway, whatever, they don't come with their own crew. They use the crew, the technical staff that's already at the theater. So no matter what show's coming in, the theater staff, the technical crew, they're always there. So they always have a job. You don't want to be an actor. You don't want to be a techie. So, oh yeah, a lot of them have ushers for seating people if they have seats that are numbered. Okay, we're getting down to the home stretch here. I've only got, I think, 10 more items, but I've got this, and I'm sure some of you have been waiting just for this. This is L.E. Smith, Moon and Stars. Isn't this a beauty? Now, it has a handle there. It is not a fairy lamp. There is no ridge in here anywhere for there to be a lid to this. So this is really, really cool. It does not glow. I did try. Now, I had my, you know, when I moved stuff to put the laptop down lower so I could read the chat. Oh, wait, there it is. But yeah, I did try. It does not glow. Not at all. It's big too. I could not find another piece like it though. So, I mean, is this a rare thing? Because I could find nothing with a handle. Nothing. I found bowls. I found compotes that have a lid. I saw a fairy lamp has a lid. They all have, when you look at the pictures, they all have a ridge in here for that lid to sit on. I saw one that was a bowl that was bigger than this. I could not find a single one that had this handle. So what the heck is it? So this is an offer up. And this is starting at $10. I absolutely love that star in the bottom. But this is awesome piece. A lot of the L.E. Smith this time of year, the amber is jumping on eBay, and I thought, nope. It was in the video. I'm going to keep it, and I didn't even know what it was at first because I don't know my glass. So we're going to start this at 10. But yeah, in the preview, you didn't even get to see the handle. I didn't realize that till after I filmed it. But it's so cool, and it's a good size too, because from the edge of the handle over, this thing's 7 inches across. From the edge of that handle over, it's 7 inches across there. And I've not found any other one that has the handle. So I don't know, because my first thought was, you know, when I saw the other pieces, and they're just they were some of them were out of my league for price. But I went all around it with my hands. I didn't find any chips. I even went over all these little edges because you've got your circles and then you've got your little star pattern on all these lower ones. And then you've got this cool star in on the bottom. But it is definitely really awesome pressed glass. Great for this time of year with the coloring. I think it looks more brown on my screen, but it is definitely that wonderful gold, ambery color. It is just fabulous. The handle really impressed me because the handle is not applied. The handle was part of the mold. But it is a great piece, good size. Couldn't find another one like it, so I don't know if it's particularly rare, but it's definitely L.E. Smith. So I didn't want to call it a teacup because it's not a teacup, so I just wrote it down on my list as amber bowl, but L.E. Smith, Moon and Stars, wonderful piece. And I see Paula is at 17. But yeah, isn't that great? I have one or two pieces of amber, but they're really, really almost brown. And I don't have many because I'm not, like I said, I'm not real huge on glass, but I happened to find one pretty cool piece that I really liked. And now I have a fairy lamp with Lily of the Valley on it. It's like that. Yeah, maybe it's a candy dish, but because you could, but it's just really, really cool because even the ones that I saw, the fairy lamp is big. It's big and round like this, and it's got a big domed top. It doesn't have a handle. And boy, man, if you find the fairy lamp that's going in this, then that sucker's going for up to $60 for the fairy lamp on eBay. But this one is so cool and so different. I could not find one with a handle. So, yeah, that fairy lamp that Sam, that was such a surprise. Sam got it for me and I didn't know it. So, boy, that was quite a surprise for friend mail. It made me cry because I didn't know what was in that box. I figured Trisha just sent me a present and never expected it to be that fairy lamp. So we are at 17 with Paula. You could just be careful with old glass. If you're going to put a candle in these things, don't let the candle burn all the way down. You don't want the heat to get to the bottom because it can crack old glass. So, show what, Fiona? This? You want me to show that fairy lamp that I got that Sam sent me, don't you? So, I think it's safe to start calling this. We're going to do going once. Fiona, do you want me to show that fairy lamp? All right, because it's not upstairs yet. 18. Uh-oh. I see Randy sneaking in there. So here is L.E. Smith, Moon and Stars. We've had going once. And then Mr. L. Page jumps in for 18. All right, we're going to do going twice. And here's what it is. Mr. Sniper, yeah. And now Triple C is back in the game. Oh, okay. We've had going once. Going 12. There comes Paula. Paula's coming up. It's like that old Spike Jones and his City Slickers. where they're doing they're calling the horse race. Oh, Triple C, Paula was already at 20, and now you've come in with it just in case at 25. So I guess we're at 25 now. I don't tend to do just in case. I understand them, but I don't tend to do them. But we have what? Triple C was 19, then Paula in at 20, and and Randy's now out. All right, we're going to start calling again. We're going to call again. We're doing going once. Okay. And we have going twice. And up. And we're going to say sold. There. There we go. Who got in there? Oh, Paula got in there. Okay. I think that came in close. Let me actually refresh my laptop here. I don't normally have to, but that all came in like bam, 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 one right after the other on my thing. Yep, I do have Paula. Paula came in, and then it hit sold, and then Triple C for 28. So it's going to Paula. Wow, that was fun. Thank you, everybody. Put you back in over here. And congrats to you, and you guys made it fun. That was cool. Now, okay, Fiona, I will get the fairy lamp. This is not for sale, guys. So I'm not a big one on lamps, not a big one on fairy lamps, but I love Lily of the Valley. And I've been looking for Lily of the Valley stuff because I want to redo the bedroom and have it be Lily of the Valley. Well, I was in a sale on Sandy and Otto, and this came up, but I kept having technical difficulties. For some reason, Trisha kept saying that she and Sean could hear music for some reason. And whatever it was coming through my phone, but nothing else was running. So I had to keep leaving and then coming back in. Leave StreamYard completely, find the link again, hit the link, come back in. I had to go all the way out. So I missed a lot of the chat. So this thing went up. When that happened, I knew that this thing had been at like $50. I don't remember what it went for because I didn't see it. I didn't go back and look, but it's Lily of the Valley. And it's got that great white edge to it, and it's a fairy lamp. And I just love it. I thought it was wonderful because it's one of the few pieces of amber that I really liked because I liked the contrast with the lilies, and I thought it was gorgeous. And it was so funny because by the time I got back, it had sold, and I missed the whole thing. And I said something about, who got the fairy lamp? And, I think I even asked Trisha, I said, how well did it do? And I didn't get an answer. And she said something weird, but she looked like that kid that knows they did something, but mom hasn't caught them yet. Trisha just had the funniest look on her face. And I went, uh-huh. And so I started looking at the chat, but the chat was silent about the lamp. Not a word was said in the chat when I got back. So I didn't think anything more of it. And I was doing friend mail. And, so you'll see, you can find the video because it says, friend mail and a one piece made me cry or I had tears in my eyes, but it made me cry because I didn't know this was coming. I had no idea. And the day I decided to do Trisha does not have a good poker face at all. But the day I decided to do the friend mail, this box showed up from Trisha that day. And so I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, oh, I guess she sent me a present or something. So, or maybe I bought something and I don't remember. So I went and I'm opening stuff. And so as I'm filming, I opened this and was just completely gobsmacked that look, I still can't talk right. Because it was Sam from why do I want to say Purple Elephant? Pink Elephant Parlor. But oh man, I had no idea it was coming. And it's fabulous. And I was gonna put it in my china closet that's in my bedroom, but there's no room, which is another video of mine. There's no room in the treasure cabinet for this. So it has been sitting up there on top of, there's a chest of drawers here. That's a whole other problem of inheriting furniture and stuff. But there's a chest of drawers here and it sits up top and I can see it every day and I smile. So it sits up there and it's an amazing piece. And it's going to be the only fairy lamp that I'll probably ever own because it's the only one I've ever seen I like. But yeah, that was a blast. And the chat, apparently a lot of you guys knew about it. We're in that sale and remember that night. And it was so funny that nobody said a word, nothing. So it was a trip. And I'll be back on Trisha's sale this Saturday night over on Sandy and Otto. And it starts at 10 o'clock at night, Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, I mean, for the year that 2021 has been, that was awesome. That was awesome. You guys were amazing to keep your mouth shut too. Because, when you have more than 30 people in a room, usually somebody opens their mouth about something. So, all right, let's do the last couple things because my voice is starting to crack out on me. Now, last week I had some simplicity, but they were the little leaflet ones. This is the actual thicker magazine. And this is for fall, winter of 1968. And it shows, I get a kick out of this first one I open up, is an ad for buttons. And I'm laughing because I swear I've seen that button in my mother's button jar. But it has all these wild outfits. It's so funny to see the hair. Check out the forehead and the look on her. Is that Bride of Frankenstein Jr.? This one? Wow. And it's funny, I mean, a lot of these things, if you want to make, and we do this in theater all the time, is you look for an outfit that's close, and then usually all you have to do is like add the buttons. See where the buttons are on those two? Just add the buttons. You might have to change a collar, but for the most part, you can sometimes find outfits today that are really close, and then you just add the right things to them. I feel bad for these girls. That's a lot of plaid. That's a whole lot of plaid going. And what's with the look? Okay, what's with the poor kid having the Princess Leia hair? This is 1968. Star Wars hadn't even come out yet, and she's got that hair. So it's got a lot of, I mean, there's a ton of, I'm going to go flip it this way. There are images on every page. Some are photographs, some are drawings, but it's a lot of cool outfits. There's tricks about sewing. casual wear, children's wear. So there's a lot here. It's 190 pages. So it is from 1968. It's $6 and it's number 40. $6, number 40. Well, it should look like Bewitched because 1968, that's about the time. That's about the time Bewitched would have been along. Maybe that was Mrs. Kravitz. Who knows? And I see Carrie T. Now, I have these. This is the first time I've seen them in the wild. Apparently, they are supposed to be cats. I think they look more like a rabbit. It's Salty and Peppy. Now, these are the kind that would have had the squeakers. No squeak going on here. No pepper or anything coming out either. Now, he's in better shape. There is some paint loss to his top. They do both still have the paper label, well, the foil label that says Japan on them. But you have Peppy. Like I said, his paint job there is not so bad. There's a little thing there, but there's a lot of wear to the top there. And then they should have been squeakers, but they don't squeak anymore. But Salty here, Salty's gotten a ton of use. Salty's finish all the way around has got issues. You can see the paint loss to the face. I'm afraid to touch the hat because you can see all the paint loss on the hat. I don't know if these can be restored, but I mean, considering the condition that she's in, or he, I'm not sure which is which, but apparently these are supposedly cats. I still think that looks like a bunny rabbit. You might want to try your hand at trying to restore one of them. I don't know how you get that bottom part out so that you could see if you could fix the squeakers. So these are just going to be, because of her condition, all that paint loss, these are $6. These are the 4-inch tall versions. I know there's smaller ones. There's actually some bigger ones I saw online, but these are the ones that are 4 inches tall, and the squeakers do not work, and you have that paint loss on the top, and she's got it all the way around and on the face some. This is $6, number 16. $6, number 16. The benefit of ones like this is you, like I said, you might be able to, because a lot of times what happens with these is there's usually like an air bladder kind of thing that dries out. And if it's anything like the cuckoo clocks, you can replace that bladder. Okay, and I see Triple C. We'll put them in there. And then I have a pair of mugs. Oh, they would look kind of cool with Better Homes and Gardens, one of the old cookbooks. Now, these are Anchor Hocking. They are marked on the bottom. It has the anchor in the square. It says oven proof, made in the USA. So they are the white oven proof glass. And these are really in good shape. They aren't super shiny, like they've never been used, but the color is all still there. These have certainly never seen a dishwasher. And it is a pair. You can see with this one too. The colors are good. They have not gotten a lot of wear to these. And honestly, this one I think got used more because when you look at them together, This one, the colors are just a bit brighter, and definitely this one still has that like new gloss. So this was somebody's daily coffee cup, I think, but it's not super noticeable unless you got them right next to each other. So it is a matched pair of Anchor Hocking mugs, and they are $10 for the pair, and it is number 35. Now, these are from the early 70s, late 60s, but at least it is a very nice matched pair of vintage Anchor Hocking coffee mugs that even say oven proof. Why you want to put them in the oven with your coffee, I don't know. And I see Nettie for those. And then we have these three. Okay, I just found these tonight. I just decided to throw them in there. They're from the 80s. Sorry, Randy. And they're all seals from different things. Now, these are the vintage Christmas to and from, and they've had to laugh. So they have, this thing's coming off, but there's no stick left to this. But who thought it was a good idea? Because the line is right here. That little bit of goo on the edge of where these separate from, that is not gonna, that would never keep them on a package. We always used to have to put tape on these things anyway. So you get that. These stickers say, may the meaning of Christmas be deeper, its friendship stronger, its hopes brighter as it comes to you this year. Now it says these are from the Epilepsy Foundation. And then there's the old kind of seals that you used to have to lick. These are from 1984, the American Bible Society. Says the Lord is merciful and loving, but it's the kind you lick. All those gummy ones. So you have that. And then you have these. And I love stickers like this. So you have all these seals. Now, these are from 1986 Wildlife Federation. The cool part about little ones like this is these are great for in junk journals. But if you do miniature work, you can actually make a little tiny frame for these, and then you have artwork for a dollhouse. So they're all vintage 80s seals. The Christmas ones, the angel one is a Christmas one. The animal ones and the birds is a Christmas one. That's from 86. And then the American Bible Society one is from 1984. And it has different things like the Lord is merciful and loving, is my shepherd, is my light and salvation, is my protector. So all of these, it's just $2 for the 1980s different seals. $2, number 77. $2, number 77. Basically, it's just a little crafter's lot or junk journaling lot, whatever you want to do with them. And if they don't sell, you will probably see them on the outsides of packages. Oh, Belinda. Okay. Yeah, I do like those. I do like the animal ones, but I already have, not from this particular year, but I already still have some of these because I've taken these years ago and I've made little tiny wooden frames and then had sold them on Etsy as dollhouse artwork. And when I get the actually have an office set up in the room upstairs, then I would have room to do that kind of stuff again. Now I have this, if you saw the haul from the two fantastic yard sales. This is a Bonnie Spinwheel book. So I looked up and found Bonnie books. There's quite a lot of them, but they're all from the 50s. And as usual, it seems like most of them are missing the wheel that would have been here. If you turned it, it probably showed either the wolf going around to the houses. I didn't find this particular one. So they basically were competition for the little golden books. Now this one has, I guess the wolf got hungry and bit a corner off the page. They were made by the Samuel Lowe Company in Kenosha, Wisconsin. This one is from 1956. The artwork inside is really nice. The pages are clean. The story's good. The colors are really good. It's only that front one that has a rip to the corner. Well, we know what they're having for dinner tonight. So, yeah, I mean, those are fantastic images. But like I said, now there's somewhere to the outside, but the binding is still good. There's a lot of wear there, and the corner is rounded. This is just starting to round off, and it's missing that wheel. But it's just really cute, and it's $5, number 26 for the Three Little Pigs book. $5, number 26. Oh, I want to go to New Zealand. It looks so much prettier than Australia, and most of the stuff there isn't trying to kill you. Because trust me, in Australia, if it moves, breathes, crawls on legs or on its tummy, half the wildlife in Australia is trying to kill you. I'd rather go to New Zealand. New Zealand looks a lot better, and their wildlife's not trying to actively kill you. So we have note takers for the Three Little Pigs book. Now, this one, I'm going to do this as an offer up, just simply because it's got such a sense of humor to it that I think this crowd could have fun with. There's a lot of you, I think, could have fun with this one. It does not have any maker's mark. It does have the holes that would have been to put a string through. I would suggest a wire and twist it tight, or get a proper plate holder. This was in the haul video. It says, "This is my house and I'll do as I darn please." But there's the image. These are all dogwood flowers in the circle around it. You've got your neat decal there of a transfer of the house, little red roofed house on the hill there. But isn't that fun? I think that's really funny. So I decided I'm going to do that as an offer in case there were other people that wanted it. It's the My Darn House plate. And we're going to, if I could spell, we're going to start it at $6. But isn't that fun? I just cracked up over that. Because, I tell my son, ain't none of your names on the deed. It's just mine. My house. There we go. It's so cute. It's so much fun. I just thought it'd be great for you guys to have. It's 7.5 inches wide. So it is that typical tourist size hanging plate. But it's in really good shape too. There's no scratches to this. There's a nice gloss over the transfer. I don't see any missing spots, because sometimes those transfers, it's on such thin paper, a spot will fold over and stick to itself, but there's none of that. The transfer is really well done on there. I always like finding these old, they used to sell these all the time as souvenir things, and I think it's fun when you find some of the ones that actually show a sense of humor. So as opposed to, not my castle, not my flying monkeys, which is what I tend to tell people. This one, it is your house. It's your house, and you'll do as you darn please. So I see Randy for 7. Fiona has jumped in for 8. Emus are beasts. They can be mean. Randy's in for 9. Yeah, you gotta watch those emus. They'll like to, not only do they like to smack you with that hard beak, but they like to kick, and they've got some claws on those legs. Not your circus, not your monkeys. Nope. Not my flying monkeys anyway. If I had to send the flying monkeys after you, you are so gonna know it before they ever get there. So I see Randy at 9. It's in great shape too. I mean, there's no chips, there's no cracks to it. There's a thin gold line all around the edge. That's all still there. It probably at some point had a paper label that may have said Japan, as so many of these used to. Oh yeah, that cassowary. I know. I've seen them. I've seen some film of those. They're something else. And I see Fiona for 10. And there we go. Oh, wow. I just got a notice just now. Something sold on Etsy. Cool. Oh, it's one of my pieces that I made. That's cool. Okay, so where are we at? We are, Fiona is at 10. So, and I see Randy is out, Nettie is out. Fiona, you have some deep pockets for that shipping, my darling. If nobody has heard of a cassowary, if that's the one I think it is, pretty sure it is. Yeah, that sucker. Yeah, you need to look that sucker up. It looks like a punk rock version of an emu. It does have that kind of an emu body, but when you see it, if I remember right, that's the one with the mohawk and the blue neck. It's like a punk rock version of an emu. It is something else. So we're going to do going once. We're going to do this pretty quick because we know who's gotten this. Going twice. And we're going to put sold in. All right. So we've got, now I got to scroll back up because we were all talking about that bird. Okay, so Fiona for 10. Okay. Carefully tuck that in there. And the basket sold. And it's only $139. Yay! It's an emu. There's another bird that I can't remember what it's called. The thing scares the hell out of you. It's a big thing, and it makes this noise that's very much like a almost like a machine gun going off. The way it and it's loud, but it looks like something out of Jurassic Park. Kind of scary looking. And crescent moon. Yes, I will. I will look for the email. I know I have one somewhere from you, but I don't think it is Australian. I saw it on one of the TikToks. This guy does like really bizarre creatures, and boy, this thing took the cake. It was the really, and the suckers are like, they're big, they're tall, because they're like 5. He said the one that he was showing, he says this thing's 5'4", and I'm like, wait, this bird's as tall as I am and sounds like an old machine gun going off. I don't want to be near this. No. All right, so let's go back over some of the stuff from the beginning. Yeah, I think it might be Peru. It has this really long bill to it, and it's rounded off at the bottom, but boy, are they kind of... I do. The link for the eBay and the Etsy stores that I have, they're both in the description for this, and see if I can get there, unless Annie Christie can yeah, Annie Christie can get the links, and she can drop the links for the eBay and the Etsy. And there's I've had quite a bit sell on Etsy because, of course, you know, Halloween. So I got to restock that. No, it's not a woodpecker. It's not a woodpecker, this big old crazy thing. All right, let's go through this stuff. I have the little cloves tin that is more from the... Does it have a date? No, it doesn't have a date. But I know from the research I did that this is from like the 70s on up, this pattern that they changed their label to. So because I was up till 6 a.m. last night, I actually had dinner at 8 o'clock tonight and took the pain meds at 8, because I slept during the day today, because my sleep's now completely out of whack. They're as out of whack as these dark eyebrows are. But thank you for reminding me, because yeah, usually around 1:30, 2 a.m. I'm taking one of those. So this is the ground cloves tin, is $4, number 84. And then we have where's my list? This is an allspice. Now this is the older label. This is the label from the 40s and the 50s, partway into the 60s, for the Durkee's allspice. So this is an older tin. So here's the difference in price. This one says $2.25 on the bottom. This one says 15 cents. You're not getting anything for 15 cents anymore. Anyway, so this one is $5, because this one's a little bigger, and is the allspice. And this one is number 43. And I see Nettie for the smaller one. And Nettie for this one as well. Okay. Nettie, are you collecting spice things? I from that from that yard sale, I have more. There'll be more tins coming up of spices, because I just grabbed the whole box. She had a shoe box that had about 6 of them in there, and I just grabbed them all. Okay, so what else? We have the little glass vase. of white glass. Little pattern to it going around. I don't know who made it, but it's basically, it's a nice bud vase. Be great for just a single, you know, for a single rose or small wildflowers. I think we said this was 6 tall. Yeah, 6 inches tall. Lovely little piece. Little pattern to the bottom, but no maker's mark at all. And this was $6, number 30 for that. And we have the mohair scarf. Now this was vintage. I did throw the box away. The box literally was just completely falling apart. It is a vintage mohair scarf. It does have some issues. And Perfecting Pearls said, you know, you have a lot of people that do, you know, stuff for dolls and things that because you see there, it does have some bigger holes that shouldn't be there, and then it does have the pattern, and you can see there's some big ones there. But it is such an interesting fabric, you know, being this woven mohair, that you've got this neat net-like look, that she wondered if somebody couldn't repurpose it for making like a zombie doll or something like that. It's an interesting, when I was a kid, they used to call this seafoam green, this color. So it's a really light kind of teal, but it's that in between green and blue kind of look. And that was, where'd it go? $3 as is. It's $3. It does still have the original tag. It was made for John Wanamaker's, made in England, and it's still got the original tag and everything there. See, it could be repurposed. That I can't repurpose everything in this place myself. There's just too much here. It's just too much. So that was a crafter wrought of $3 for the mohair scarf. Let's see. Iowa, the Iowa toothpicks. This is that cute little, now the toothpicks, this has to be older. The toothpicks have a little paper label in there. It says made in Japan, and it's still sealed with a small little staple on there. And these are cute. I mean, you can make little mini dried flower assemblages with these, and I was telling everybody earlier that my one grandmother had a bunch of these little things, and I think they all had been for toothpicks. But when I was like 5 and 6 years old, we would have tea together, and she would have tea, and she'd pour some from her cup, and she'd fill one of these up so I could have tea. And then this was like a 5, you know, little kid, and this kind of thing would be my little teacup to have when I was 5. So I was having tea with my grandma, with Nanny. So it doesn't have a maker's mark on it. Just a cute little Iowa toothpick holder. And this was, we'll make it $4. We'll make this $4, number 27. Oh, you're having a visitor? That's cool, Elizabeth. And we have, let's see, all 3 pieces of jewelry sold. Oh, we have the tree. We have the tree mug. So it has its label that says Charles Productions, Japan. So it has a little silver foil label on the bottom. And it's made as a souvenir piece of Pennsylvania Dutch country. Obviously made by somebody who has absolutely no clue, because the Pennsylvania Dutch carriages are always all black. They're never red. They're always all black. Now, the coolest part of this is not the front. The coolest part of this is, look at all this textured goodness. This is all carved and indented in. This is, you feel it and you feel like tree bark. It's all dimensional. Now these are not chips. These are not chips. The brown is cold painted on there. And then in all the grooves is painted black. So if you have this way, I would say use it this way. And then you can put stuff on it. For Christmas, you could put a little tree on it. You could put one of these little, the creepy elves that are hugging their knees. You could sit one of those elf on a shelf guys in this. You could use this in an assemblage. Be really, really cool. And this is $6 for the Pennsylvania Dutch tree mug. $6, number 45. $6, number 45. I just love that. I think that's so cool. And Lois, I see you putting a number 3, but I didn't have a single digit number. All right, I'm confused. The only thing I had for $3 was the mohair. Is that for the... Lois, what is it that you had wanted? Because you've confused me. Though at this hour of the night, it's not hard to do. Yeah, the scarf was $3. Happy Days, I have not yet found any more gloves, but I know to look out for them. Oh yeah, the cup and saucer with the German couple dancing. Yeah, that sold. That had sold. So, all right, so we have no takers on that. So I guess I'm going to find a way to make that like have a fairy sit on it. I'm bound to have a fairy ornament or something that'll sit on that. And what else? We sold jewelry. Postcards. Thank you. Well, because I needed to practice makeup. That's why, because I have something I wanted to do for Trisha's sale on Mischief Night on the 30th. But so I decided to at least practice, and I was going for that, nice, really like drag queen eyes. But then I realized I don't have all the stuff I need. It's been a long time since I've done makeup, and I don't have like that kind of heavy makeup, and I don't have all the stuff I would need. So I will, Lee. I will. Yep. Yes, I need to have your shipping address and your PayPal email. That's exactly right, Lee. So you'll have to send me that. So that the back is feeling okay, primarily because like I was up all night last night and went to bed about 6 o'clock in the morning. So everything was kind of out of whack. So my back is not feeling bad because it was 8 o'clock before I was eating dinner and took the meds for my back. So it's a little stiff, but not too bad. So okay, so these did not go. I have 2 packs of 10 postcards for crafting lot, basically. And these are all from Europe, most of them from Czechoslovakia. They are all used. Some of them have some really cool stamps on the backs. I like the kitty cat on that one. I think only one of them actually had the writing in the back in English, but you have all in some great cityscapes, and I'm showing them upside down. Some great old buildings, but like I said, these are great for, you know, repurposing these. And so and there are 10 of them, and I will lower this to $4 for the 10. We'll lower this to $4, and it's number 68 for these 10. Oh, okay. For the scarf, yeah, for the scarf it'd be $3. Oh, and I'm sorry, I didn't say the number. Oh, yeah, the scarf was number 86, but it was the only thing I had for $3. All right. So Lois gets the scarf. Thank you. Oh, and Auntie Christy. Now I have one other pack that is not all completely the US. I'll show that one last because that one's awesome. And these are all used as well. There's quite a few. These are really more touristy, send them home. Most of these are from the 70s. I think there's 1 or 2 from 1980 and 81, but this one's Martinique. And a cool clock tower in it. Munchen, which is Munich. I like the Hawaiian one. The Hawaiian one's pretty cool looking. This is Rome. This is actually part of the Roman ruins that's still there. And I don't know what this one is because I can't read any of the language that's on it or on the stamps. You have that one. Now this one is from San Diego, and this is from 1980. Great palm tree there. But this one, check that picture out. Isn't that awesome? That is such a cool image. I mean, this would make a great backdrop for some little, you know, vignette miniature work on there. Isn't that cool? So there's 10 of these as well. And so these will be $4, number 56. $4, number 56 for the ones that are partly US and partly Europe. There we go. So wait a minute. This one's sold. We gotta move this one over here. I gotta move the cup and saucer over here. That one up. Put that over here. Auntie Christy. We have the tea towel. Actually, we'll move the mohair over here. We have the 1967 tea towel, which the colors are phenomenal. I'm really sure this thing has never been used. There's one little spot right up here, because in the video, if you saw me do the whole video, I talked about, I'll probably have to wash it. Well, I took a stiff brush, and that little bit of mark that was along this line came off. It was just a little bit of dust, and it came right off with no problem. But it's a 1967 tea towel. It's in excellent condition, great bright colors, such a great image. You know, I'd be tempted. I'm only showing you half of it. It unfolds. I mean, it's all there, but I just love this part. I honestly think I would put a stitch in the top, run a dowel through it, and hang it up on the wall like this for the fall because it's so cool looking. And this is, where'd it go? This is $8. We'll make it $8, number 79 for the 1967 vintage tea towel. Lois, you're lagging, dear. Because Auntie Christie already got 68. But yeah, isn't that so pretty and such a great image? I still have, like, anytime I find old tea towels and they have stains or anything on them, I still keep them. And because I use them for all this stuff that I wash and I have to dry it off, because there is nothing like a good linen tea towel to suck that water up off of dishes. It works so much better. And a lot of the modern fuzzy stuff, there's too much polyester hiding in them. And if it's on glasses, they always leave fuzz. So I'd rather use linen one. And I see Fiona for that one. And then we're down to, well, I mean, you pretty much saw everybody, because there was the brown bottle that would have had a cork in it. I don't have a paper label. It would have been there. There's 2 little air bubbles in it, but it would have been blown. There's a little bit of a pontil there, and it says the number 4. Makes me wonder how many ounces this thing holds. But it was not made to have a glass stopper because it doesn't have any roughness in there. This is all smooth all in there. So it would have had a cork top. So it's an older bottle. And it was $6, number 52. $6, number 52. Oh, you're having a storm, Lois? Yeah, we had some problems earlier, and it was getting kind of windy here, and I kept freezing up, and it would be an all jerky on how it was coming across on YouTube. And I think it's because it was getting windy outside, and it was blowing the phone line around, because the internet still comes through on a line. But I know there's a lot of storms that are coming over. And I don't know what the weather here is supposed to be tomorrow. I hope it's nice, because my son's going to take me out for the lunch I didn't get on my birthday, because he was so sick. So there is a Japanese restaurant, little tiny place that opened up in the town right next door to us in Parkside. And it's fantastic Japanese food. And unlike some of the fancy restaurants that make it, and it's super expensive, you're getting just as good a quality. I think you're getting better quality from this young lady and her mother who have opened up here. And it's the only place I've ever seen. It's all Japanese food. It's not Chinese food with a sushi bar. It's all Japanese food. And she even has udon. And I love udon, but I can never find the noodles. Udon noodles are made from buckwheat. They're made from something different. So, yeah. Oh, wow. 300,000 still without power. Yeah. I really kind of worry going into the fall, because you tend to have more storms coming through. And it's really, really bad. Some of them are getting more intense. We had a tornado. I was doing a live sale with Trisha that Wednesday, and they kept saying, go to the basement, go to the basement. I had the radar up on my laptop while I was doing a live sale with Trisha and going, hey, if I have to disappear, I'm heading, and it got really dark and really windy, and I was ready to go, but I'm looking at the radar and there's nothing. And all of a sudden, it just stopped. And there was this spot where there was really bad, and then this like thing opened up, this big opening in the radar that went right over us, and then it split and went around us. So we had about 20 minutes. It was kind of, and then it just opened up and went around us. And everybody was afraid that I'd be running to my basement. Even I was a little concerned that day. But we're just now going into fall where we can get some really bad storms because, I am near the Delaware River. So sometimes we get nor'easters that come around and they just come right across that Delaware River, and we can get some bad wind and rain here. So, all right, what else? We did the cork bottle. The only other thing was the Three Little Pigs book that did not sell. That was $5 for the 1956 Bonnie book. Now, it doesn't have its little spinner part. And the only damage to it on the inside is the wolf must have taken a bite out of the bottom corner. But it's got these great images, great artwork inside. Look, I guess that's their mom, because that's a piggy in a kerchief over her shoulders. But they all had wolf stew for dinner apparently. Yeah, she's having storms there, so she is really lagging. Oh, she wants the bottle. Okay. Nobody else wanted the bottle, so she can get the bottle. That is a neat bottle, though. I was very tempted to put a label on it that said something crazy like, ashes of ex-boyfriends. All right, let me move that one over to the box. But that is everything. And that's been awesome. I know this is not like the marathon of last week. Last week, I went through so much stuff last week. We were just cranking on through. I had 2 pages of numbers, but I also drank coffee. The only coffee I drink, Wawa has a mocha mint iced coffee, not the one they make, because the version they try to make at the beverage counter is not great. But they have these iced coffee machines that usually only have 3 or 4 flavors in them, and they have a mocha mint one that's just awesome. I didn't see, let me double check then, but I didn't see him ask for that earlier. But then I usually always go back and read these. That's another reason I did not get to go back. I went back and watched Trisha's sale last week, but I haven't watched my own yet. Okay, I'm not seeing it, but I will double check because this only goes back but so far. Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Lois. They're right. And I had missed it. They are right, and I missed it. I'm sorry, Lois. They're right. Randy did say to take it. I'm sorry. I had somebody get mad at me last week because I didn't see them when they first came in. And so I didn't say hello. You try, and you can't quite catch everybody. And they weren't happy about that. And then I answered a question they had later, and I still didn't say hello then. Let's face it, there's a big difference between doing one page like this and then And then look what last week was. Last week we went through all of that and all of that. I was just cranking stuff out last week. And that's why I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that again this week. Because I have therapy in the morning and it'll be traction therapy. And then I will be on Sandy and Otto on Saturday night. We'll see what I do because, you know, I don't know that I have any costume that I still fit in. Which is why I was trying to practice and play around with makeup and see what I could do. So I will be doing something. I don't know what yet, but I'll be doing something for for Trisha's sale on Saturday night. She has on her channel on Sandy and Otto, she already has the reminder thing. You can tag to get your reminder. And that's not what I wanted to open. I don't want to be in Hybrid. And but she has me and Steph, I think. Aren't you this weekend? I believe you're this weekend with me. You get back there. So it should be, I want to wear the tiara, but the tiara is quite heavy. So, and my hair is very fine. So when I was doing operettas, I used to perm my hair all the time because it gives it more body and it gives it the curl. So then, you know, a bobby pin would stick into it. And so to wear the tiara, I have to find my wigs. I have to find one of the wigs because to wear it, I need to have the wig on. And that thing's also quite heavy, so I have to be careful how I move. I don't think I'd be able to keep the tiara on the entire night because it's heavy. And if I move the wrong way, it's going to start falling off and slide. And I'll take the wig with it. And so I have to find one of the wigs. And the only one I found so far, that's a lot of hair. That's a lot of Merida type hair. So, yeah. Yeah, so that's I'm trying. I am trying. I am trying. I have to find I may not have a costume, but I'll definitely have the tiara and a wig. And if I end up with that wig, you won't see any of the costume anyway, because there's an awful lot of hair. I don't think it's as red as Merida's. Merida's hair is what my hair was like when I was, you know, 6'2". My hair started to kind of fade by the time I was 14. So yeah, there's a couple people. I know Lois, we hadn't seen you in a little bit. And I haven't seen was it one of the Susans? I think Susan Funderburg. I haven't seen her in a while. And I haven't seen Terry tonight, but Terry, I know what's going on with Terry, and I'll be calling her on the weekend. So we all tend to, we notice when our regulars aren't here. We notice. And some of them we get pretty worried about. So this I picked up a long time ago. I noticed when I had scrolled back that somebody had asked about this. It is a stretch bracelet made out of all these little pearls. And I dread the day any of that thing snaps because I don't know how to do that. I have never worked with like stretch cord. I don't know how they got that pattern in there. And it's getting loose. I mean, it used to fit a little snug, but it's getting a little loose. So, but I thought I'd have fun and wear it. I mean, you have the jewelry, wear it. You know, we've all got your stuff we don't wear, and what's the fun of having it if you don't wear it? A headband with cat ears? I saw Misty do that. I actually was thinking of, and I don't have any cat ears, but I was thinking of doing like a cat face. And then I thought, yeah, no, no, no. You're getting a little over ambitious here, Nancy. You haven't done stage makeup in a long time, and you're thinking about doing a full cat face. You better cool your jets, girl, because you have not had to do this kind of stuff in a lot of years, and you don't have any stage makeup left. So I'm glad that I decided, no, 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 let's not be too ambitious. So I just went for the drag queen eyes, and I don't think I did too well. And I don't think you can see it too well because it's a lot of lavender and pink and glitter, and but these came out too dark. I think the eyebrows are way too dark. So a red and blue wig. uh Troop stuff. No, I did that once before. We were just talking about that at the court after the court of honor was over. That I actually borrowed my son's merit badge sash, and when I worked at the Delaware Art Museum, in the gift shop, I actually had dressed up as a Boy Scout. I had my scout uniform on, but I borrowed Mike's merit badge sash so that I was a Boy Scout for one Halloween. So, all right. Well, I hope you guys had fun. And I'm going to go, and I still have to throw laundry in and make my own bed because I took the bed apart to throw it in the laundry and then never got back upstairs to make my own bed. So I have no sheets on the bed. So I have to go take care of that before I can go to sleep. A purple shadow is too close to a black eye. I haven't gotten that many black eyes, surprisingly. So, a tie-dye t-shirt's cheating for me because you guys have seen me in those tie-dyed Wawa shirts a lot. I won't give those up. I like those. So, no, I don't have a lei. I don't have one of those. But don't worry. Just to get that tiara on would be an achievement. So we should have some fun. And I've got some cool stuff for that sale. And now that I think of it, 90% of it's not at this end of the living room. But I do have a set of glasses that I'm taking to Trisha's sale. There are, I think I only have 4. And they were in the haul video. They are, I said Calver, but I believe it's Culver. And they are the Balinese or Thai dancers. And it's a set of 4 red and gold, clear glass with a red and gold image on them. And those are going, I'm taking those with me this weekend. They will be on the live sale on Sandy and Otto this Saturday night. That particular set, they made it as a barware set because they made a matching ice bucket that actually it's a glass bucket and actually had a metal carrier because I found images of it online. And they also had something that I found on eBay that people kept listing as a salad bowl. That wouldn't have been a salad bowl. If they made an ice caddy, then that meant this is a barware set. That would have been a nut bowl because the nut bowl is only about 2.5 inches high, but it's really kind of wide. So that makes more sense for a mid-century modern barware set because they're basically the tall, almost like a Tom Collins glass. And then to have the glass ice bucket and then to have that other bowl would have been like for nuts. They would have called it a nut bowl, even if you just put pretzels or something in it. But that's would have been what that would have been for. It's not a salad. It cracked me up when I saw so many. And it wasn't just one. I found 5 of those bowls listed on eBay, and every single one of them called it a salad bowl. It's not meant to be a salad bowl. Oh, you have a Culver glass with gold fruit? Apparently Culver did a lot that was that basically was what they considered barware sets. So I was interested in some of the stuff I was finding from them. They looked like they did some really cool looking patterns on their glass, you know, that they had transferred on or painted on. So you've seen punch bowls listed as a. Now, look, I like salads. I can't always afford to get all the stuff because vegetables are ridiculously expensive. But a punch bowl is like, you could fit my head in a punch bowl. Who the hell's eating a salad that big? Who is eating a salad big enough to be in a punch bowl? That's crazy. Oh. So. Yeah, Lois, I agree with Julia. It's like, you know, we don't want to feel like pressure anybody to feel like they have to show up at our lives. But we'd always, you know, we go 2 or 3 lives and don't see somebody. We do tend to worry a little bit and wonder because everybody's had such a bizarre 2021. 2020, we were all at home, got a lot of books read, you know, but you know, we got stuff to do in our house. We had to entertain ourselves in our own houses. But it just seems like 2021, there's so many of us in this resellers community and in the vintage community that pandemic part aside, there's so many of us that have had medical issues and health issues, and so we get a little worried. You know, it is a community that we are, you know, we are watching out a little bit for each other. So hello, Patrick Murphy. You got here at the end. So I hope you guys all had fun, and you can see in the description that there is my links are there for my eBay store, my Etsy store. They're a little sparse right now, but I have to we're in that 4th quarter. I've really got to crank those up and get those restocked. And then you can always buy me a tea. The website is called Buy Me a Coffee. The link is there for that too. And that is if you want to help me rehome 2 cats that are outside. And all the proceeds from the Buy Me a Tea are going specifically setting aside just to get the vet bills and get these 2 fixed. It's a mother and daughter. And the mother has been out for, I can tell you exactly how long she's been out roughing it. She has been out roughing it for 8 years because she's a sibling to my cat. And she's the one kitten I could never catch. And now she's brought one of her own with her. So she's brought a 7-month-old kitten with her. So, yeah, I remember you, Patrick Murphy. And I figured it was from Johnny's, from Cajun Roots. And for those of you who don't know and have a channel of your own to promote, if you're on the Eastern time in the late morning, look for Cajun Roots Reseller. Look for Johnny. You could go on his show. They'll promote it in the chat. Sometimes he drops the link so that you can come on and talk about your channel. It's a great way if you're a newer channel to get going and get your name out there. I am 80 subscribers away to that all-night pajama party. We're getting there. We're gonna get me to the 1,000 so we can have that all-night long pajama party. You know, I've started gathering up stuff so that I have giveaways and I have games we can play, and you know, I've got to make this fun. So tell your friends, get everybody who can, make your kids subscribe. Whatever, let's get me that last 80 so we can all have that party. So you guys all have a good night. I'm going to go and go make my bed and get to bed because I do have therapy tomorrow and it's traction day. Oh, joy. Where they strap me up in something in the top that's as tight as a damn corset that I used to have to wear for the operettas. And then they strap something around your hips and they pull you apart. Oh, joy. Oh, rapture. Oh, shit. Really, it's working. I shouldn't complain. It's working. But if you don't get your mind in the right place so that you can take deep breaths and just relax your body, you end up pulling muscles in your back. So it can be an ouch. Usually it's not an ouch until later because your back gets tired. And so to combat, I could be up for about 2 hours when I get home, and then I gotta go lay down for 2 or 3 hours. So 3 days a week, I'm not getting a hell of a lot done, and it's frustrating because, I wouldn't let them do it this Wednesday because the Boy Scout Court of Honor was Wednesday night, and it was my birthday, and you're just not pulling me in half on my birthday. So, so that was just not happening. So they're gonna do it to me tomorrow. All right. You guys have a great night, great weekend. I will see quite a few of you, I hope, at Sandy and Otto's on the live sale with Trisha. And we can go have a blast, and Steph will be there. And you can come see some more stuff from that last haul video, because some of that I'm taking to Trisha's sale. And I'll see you then. All right? Have a good Halloween. Have some fun. Scare the hell out of somebody. So, I'll see you on the weekend. Good night, everybody.